I've never enjoyed watching PUBG. I never enjoyed watching Blops. I never enjoyed watching Fortnite. But I like watching Apex Legends. I think it's a good I think it's a good game. And I don't know how you guys. Well, I mean, I guess I don't really care if you guys feel about that. It's just an opinion. I'm not gonna play it on stream, but I think they did a good job with it. Reviews from Japan haven't been very good for Zanki. I don't care. Here's the thing, Find a Flux. There are game journalists that can't get over the jumping puzzle in Cuphead. Infamously, right? How are we going to expect that people with tiny brain are going to understand the big brain problems that are in the Nonary games? I don't believe it. I don't care. Oh, the game's too hard. Oh, the game's too weird. Oh, the game's too confusing. Like, those are all things I want in my game. I want it to be weird and hard and confusing. No Sharpen, yeah. Oh, so Find a Flux, yeah. Yeah, you'll be able to see it otherwise. We're talking about Zanki Zero. It's a game by Spike Chunsoft. I love the series. Did you eat the potatoes? No. I made tuna fish sandwiches yesterday. You know what I found, guys? I find that you can get, like, really cheap tuna fish, whatever, like $1 a can or whatever. But if you go to Costco, they sell, like, semi-premium tuna fish. It ends up being, like, around, like, $1.20 a can. It really does taste better. Significantly better. Oh, I gotta not pick up honey. That's alright. Where's my... That feels bad. Well, that feels slightly better. We will be going down the iron line eventually. So yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. Like, the sad thing is, like, growing up, like, I used to read game review magazines constantly. Constantly. It was one of the things I loved the most. I mean, of course, I grew up in kind of a weird time. I mean, a normal time for anyone that's in their 30s, but, like, there wasn't the internet. And you couldn't necessarily rely on word of mouth to determine what games are out there, because kids did not play games nearly as much now as they did back then. So you'd have to pick up, like, Game Fan or Game Pro. Stuff like that. Electronic Gaming Monthly. Can I get banned for using the PS4 buttons mod? No. You're safe. I will protect you. Did you play 428 Shibuya Scramble, also from Spike Chunsoft? No, but if you recommend it, I will look into it. Is it in the same Nonary series? Did I just miss it? Yep, Nintendo Power was a solid magazine. Absolutely. Even for something that was pure propaganda, it was very good. What happens at night stream? You don't want to know. Huh. I'm not opposed to playing visual novels. I don't really... Oh, Don pressed his button. Hello. Good morning, sir. Yeah, I don't know that I'd want to play a visual novel on stream, you know? And it's hard right now with my schedule to play games off stream. But I'll keep it on my list. Oh, what happens at night tonight? Wrath of Gog really wanted to play Extremeth, but I just realized, like, Extremeth isn't up. It's gonna kind of depend how I feel. Basil Boy, I'm kind of like... I'm like in the red zone for sleep right now. This is going to be for any percent, no less than a month. I mean, to be fair, the Nonary games are already basically visual novels. I mean, they've got puzzles, of course. And the puzzles can be quite hard. How did your little Kestanon friend get all the way over there? We're going to be fighting Jagras with all red sharpness. Wow. So we'll see. Look, if I'm feeling up to it, we'll do another speedrun. But I should really probably start looking after my sleep. To be fair. To be fair to my poor ravaged body. All right. Who's ready for the choice YouTube comments on this video? That's gonna be good. This was actually an on-the-fly decision to make the Kestodon arms, but gonna need all the damage I can get. Was this speedrun recommended? This, Astastic34, this speedrun was sponsored by someone. On Patreon, if somebody wants to throw in the Patreon command. Thank you. Makochi. Sponsored by Winey Wine. Thank you again, Winey Wine. This will be an interesting challenge. This, I don't want to say this fight's going to be hard, okay? It's Great Jagras. It's not going to be hard, but it's going to be the one where I'm going to suffer the most. Just in sharpness. You know, I'm going to be... Between Great Jagras and Xeno'jiiva, it'll be funny to see who actually gets the worst end of the sharpness stick. No, I don't have traps. I don't have bombs. I probably could have made traps and bombs, but... Which gangs am I affiliated with? The Shepnut gang. How long is this going to last, though? I put splits up for 6 hours and 30 minutes. My estimate is probably 7 to 7.5 hours, to be honest. I'm going to do some farming in high rank. I can only use potions and first aid potions. No, please get hit. No. That wasn't ideal. But whatever. Oh. You have to imagine that Great Jagras was balanced around new players not knowing how to sharpen. I'm wary about using Foresight Slash because if it doesn't complete, you end up in kind of a bad place. Hey. There's actually a level of sharpness even below this one. Wait for it. We'll get there. What a nightmare this is going to be. All right, I should still be able to get a couple sleep herbs. Yeah, there's a level lower than this, where it's like flashing and broken. It's at that point, it's really like, hey, buddy, you know you could sharpen, right? This is going to be any percent, Cassie Chu. There's still Xenojiva, guys. There's still an opportunity to see even lower sharpness. It depends. I've been thinking about how I'm going to do Xenojiva. And it's kind of like pull out literally all of the tricks, more or less. No, it's potion only, Phil, for recovery. I'm still allowed to use bombs and traps. That just means I can't use, like, max potions or ancient potions or mega potions. JJ, hello. I could use them. I did say, though, that if I cart, I could use them after a cart. So if, like, I'm not actively recovering life, I said that's okay. Because I'm not allowed to enter the tent at all, Nifty Studios, because then you sharpen. 2 Diablos pieces gives you Bludgeoner. If I was worried about not being able to complete it normally, that's actually really good advice. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to do it. We'll find out. So the real luck is I hope we're able to, make the Kulu longsword on one run. Dual blades are actually, Basil Blade, believe it or not, dual blades are more sharpness efficient than longsword is. It's actually a fairly sharpness efficient weapon now. Sword and Shield would actually... Sword and Shield is also fairly sharpness efficient as long as you focus on the shield slams. The least sharpness efficient weapon, unless you virtually only go for tornado slashes, is Insect Glaive. Otherwise, Longsword uses basically the most sharpness out of every weapon. You have no option with Longsword. What is your favorite weapon to do fest monsters? Fast monsters? To speedrun monsters? Fest monsters. There is Feline Bludgeoner, or maybe it's Bulldozer now, Aether. And that does help reduce the sharpness loss from bouncing. Bet monsters? What is your favorite weapon to do bet monsters? I haven't really done that many money matches in this game yet, so I don't know. I feel pretty confident about my skills with all of the weapons. I guess Switch Axe, if I were to do bet monsters. I don't know what you're trying to say. I feel like you're trying to say something, but it's not coming out right. It's not You got you got a little autocorrect going on your messages there, bud. Bet monsters. Butt monsters? I use the bidet on my butt monsters. Washes them away. But how to run speed? I don't know. No! Stay away. Bed monsters? I'm the bed monster. You know what I mean. Guys, I really like the Dunkin' Donuts coffee, but I feel like there's something in the coffee blend that my mouth doesn't agree with. I might have to go back to the Costco Kirkland Signature Coffee, which is a shame because I really like the Dunkin' coffee. Yeah. I don't know what I think it's the blend, Toad. I mean, I really honestly like I'm not shilling for Dunkin'. They haven't paid for a damn thing, but the coffee does taste good. In my opinion. I mean, if you don't like it, whatever, you're probably smarter than me anyways. Can I? Oh. No. He might actually turn around. No? They didn't usually. Sometimes they turn around. Oh. Wow. Doesn't the Iron Tree have higher sharpness? We're going to go to the Iron Tree after Zora 1. We didn't get enough scales. Question is do I do Kulu again? I kind of want to do Kulu again. I really want to make that longsword. A Zora longsword? I'm not farming the Zora longsword. No, no. Once we get to high rank, we're gonna make the iron longsword. Feline polisher, Pog. But up through Zora 1, you need. I mean, I did the math. You really need the Kulu longsword. I had already assumed that there was going to be the possibility of needing to do him twice. Huh. Where is he? He doesn't start where you expect him to. There he is. Finally a stream during European time. Yeah. I mean, I had to start early. I've got something I need to go to at 5 p.m. my time. Which means there's not a whole lot of time to, like, mess around. No! No. Good. I'm sauntering away. And then the nice thing is, if I do get enough Kulu parts, I could make the Tacit. The Tacit's like okay. That was an amazing moment. Somebody clip that, please. Thank you. I feel like the Expedition Kulu has, like, slightly less health. They'll come back. Oh, hold on. It's technically not correct. Oh, God. Okay, that should be all the scales and everything that I need. It's not a lot of raw. It just has a lot of sharpness for this point of the game. It does technically mean we don't need to worry about medium monster bones. I think it upgrades down the iron line. Upgrade our iron weapon. Fafnir Bondi, thank you for the host. Rick Poole, hello. We can actually get the Wingdrake hide during Zora 1. I'm not worried about it. You remember all those Wingdrakes that try to kill me? It's a perfect chance to get Wingdrake hide. There's our first pod. Not bad. No! You should be ready. I just want to get Homebreaker up, just in case. Novacell, hello. There's Pokey. Is every single dinosaur in Monster Hunter World got different AI mechanics? Or is it just pew pew till monster's dead? Some monsters share different attacks, but they all use them slightly differently. So even if they have the same attack, you still get a little bit of a variation there. If I answered your question correctly, I don't know that I did. Can you do Greg voice narrating? I don't know what Greg voice is. I do need earth crystals. So we're gonna farm up earth crystals. Oh, Greg? Guys, I'm tired, man. I can't do my character voices right now. I mean, what confused me was it was Greg voice, all one word. Oh, Gaming Kev, yeah. I mean, I have like probably close to 1,500 hours in this one alone. Probably getting pretty close to 4,000 or 5,000 hours in Monster Hunter entirely. They're just good games, man. Really good games. Do we have a sub goal? Yeah. Where is it? We are at 40% with 13 days left days to go. I'm not worried about it. I think we will hit that sub goal. Interesting. You guys ever noticed that before? What do I think about the Momo challenge that's surrounding kids on YouTube? If my wife didn't mention to me, I wouldn't know anything about it. But that picture, that Photoshop has been around for like a really long time. I will say this, the one thing that's concerning about it isn't that, well, there's two amazing things about it. One, it's amazing that enough apps get downloaded that are free that you can literally just crap out a compromised app onto the App Store or whatever and get access to, you know, targeting kids or whoever like that. Two, it's amazing that, as far as we can tell, no kids have bought it. So I think that's pretty cool. You know, you got to give kids credit. Like, they're a lot smarter than a lot of people think they are. A lot of people think kids are like super dumb. And look, they don't have experience, but doesn't mean they're dumb. You know, they know better than if some scary character pops up on the screen that they got to do something. I mean, most kids nowadays, at least I would assume, would just ask their parents like, "What's going on?" So, oh, I guess there's a lot of things to decode there. The least interesting thing is like whatever it is, like, oh, the creepypasta. Like that's not the interesting part about it. The interesting part about it is how people have reacted to it, and that parents have freaked out. Like, oh, think of the children. And the children are fine, but if anything, it makes me think, you know, what sort of conversations are you having with your kids around what sort of apps are they downloading onto your iPad or your phone or whatever? Some people are putting in the middle of YouTube videos like Peppa Pig and such. It's weird. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's a YouTube problem, man. And I think YouTube's overall stance on stuff like that, I've never been satisfied with it because their main response is, oh, there's too many videos out there. We couldn't ever possibly manage all of them. And I wouldn't say they need to manage all of them. And I'm not saying we need like an official internet, but, you know, curation is important, you know. The ability to go through content and say, you know what? I'm not going to say this is the best content in the world, but I can at least tell you, you're not going to have a weird Photoshop creature telling your children to kill themselves. You know, they don't need a staff of like 1,000 people, but they could have a staff of 20 people that watch the top, you know, 20 or 30 videos a day and say, you know what? This is safe to go on YouTube Kids. You know, you can't just leave it up to the algorithm. That's the real problem, is they have this very misguided belief that the algorithm can fix it all. And this goes for a lot of things, of course. It's not just for YouTube Kids or whatever. I mean, it's for gaming content too. You know, you've got, you know, the entire subculture of racism-linked gaming videos, or, you know, Gamergate misogynist videos and stuff like that. And they get recommended to kids that are just looking for Fortnite stuff, you know? I'm not saying that stuff can't exist, like whatever, freedom of speech and all that, but it's like, should that be something that should be recommended to like a 5-year-old kid that just wants to see the new Fortnite skins, you know? There's been a few suicides around the world linked to it. That is not what I heard on my local news broadcast, but that's unfortunate if that's true. I think I saw that one H3 episode once, and it was the one who was talking about, there was that guy, like, kind of like the original Spider-Man guy humping, like, stuff with, like, pregnant Elsa and stuff like that. You know, you find a way to get into that YouTube algorithm, man. And he just nailed it. And then I don't know. I don't know why you can't just make those videos and be normal. You don't have to do weird sexual stuff in it. I mean, Rick Poole, my theory, and I could be wrong. You know, I'm not claiming to be like Mr. YouTube expert consultant, but I seriously think it could be a very small team. Like, you're right. They could hire contractors or whoever. Like, I'm not huge, but like 10 to 20 people that are paid between $30,000 or $40,000 a year, literally anywhere in the world. Yeah, these don't have to be, you know, anyone other than someone to say, you know what? I wouldn't want my kid watching this video. That's fine. That's all they need to do. And then those videos are safe to get flagged for YouTube for kids. That's it. You know, if you mean to tell me out of the literally tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars, I don't even know how much ad revenue YouTube gets, they couldn't afford that, then I don't know. I don't know what to say. I picked up these knives, and it's interesting that I did, but I don't think it's really helping me much. Again, my opinion, I don't know. Aether, it's not a good job. Those jobs, the Facebook ones are the worst because you're getting like raw, unfiltered content getting blasted in your face. My suggestion is take advantage of the YouTube algorithm and have it so that these people are watching the top trending new videos on YouTube. And again, they flag these videos so that they're safe to go on YouTube for kids. So it's to say that that naturally occurring YouTube algorithm is not the only filter that's used for kids content. DS Beskin, I'm actually saving my toadstools to try and increase one more poison on Xenojiva. If this were a normal run, I probably would. I forgot to use my bomb. That's not good. No. Plus, Wino here will be able to get a poison for us anyways. Should be able to. Might end up in there. I don't really want him in there. Well, gonna be ready for capture, that's for damn sure. You guys might have seen it looked like I hesitated to trank him. Sometimes when they're in a fallen animation like that, trank bobs don't hit them. I don't know why. But I've noticed that. So you gotta be careful about that. Alright, goodbye, Wrath of God. Cat heals allowed? Yeah. Yeah, Hopplemop. Like, I'm not saying, like, you got 20 people that watch every video that comes up on YouTube. That's impossible. I mean, literally take the top, whatever the workload is possible for, like, 10 to 20 people. The top 10% of videos that come out that come up with popular tags that are popular for kids. And they flag them so that they can be watched on YouTube for kids. I mean, I'm thinking maybe that's about, figure 10 people probably watch about 80 hours worth of content a day. And that could go up there. And it's still that's still a lot of content. It's still a huge amount of content. Wade's Lilson, Valor Longsword is my favorite longsword type. Although Striker is probably better. I mean, you have to remember, like, I don't know. I've been making content on YouTube for what? Nearly 10 years now? Maybe I know a little about what I'm talking about. Maybe?
Shepard, you don't understand YouTube.
Rick Poole, my thing is, these probably don't even need to be super expensive people. I mean, these could be contractors working from home. Is the Xeno Switch Axe worth using? The Luna Xeno one is worth using. Could people stay sane after watching kids' videos full time? I mean, if I paid you, I don't know, let's just say $20 an hour to watch YouTube all day. I don't know. Maybe you run, I don't know. Do people stay sane that, you know, dismantle meat all day? People stay sane. I mean, there's all sorts of things that are like, you know, you stay sane speedrunning Monster Hunter World all day. I mean, you know, a job's a job. Gotta work. You know, and again, these are contractors. So maybe they only work $4 a day. Maybe they work 8 hours a day. I don't know. But what I'm trying to get at is that the algorithm is actually fairly good. It just needs a little bit of human intervention to be perfect. That's the main crux of my argument. Can you pay me in Gogurt? Yes. Just needs a little bit. Now, I'm not saying for like YouTube for adults. I'm fine. You know, give us the fire hose of content, you know, because like, you know, presumably if you're a teenager or of adult age, you know well enough to mostly be able to form a decent opinion about things. My main thing is like for parents that want to be able to trust that they could leave a tablet in their kids' hands, you know, playing, you know, hours of content to their kid a day. They're just not going to get some creature telling them that they should commit suicide. That's all. You know. And the way, and again, this is the idea in an age where we have, you know, individual created content. You know, content creators. You have such unprecedented freedom now if you're a creative person. You know, there's literally almost 0 bars now to hurdle if you want to go out there and be a creative type. Creating videos, creating music, creating art. You know, the only thing that stops people from being a content creator is either A, what their expectations of success are, or B, just their flat out motivation and or work ethic. You know, maybe there's some small financial barriers in the way, but you could buy like a crappy, you know, $200 ThinkPad laptop from 5 years ago, and that could theoretically run basically any video editing software that you could throw at it. You know, so there's really very little hardware limitations. You got to have internet, but internet at this point is almost as basic a utility as anything else. Shep, you know most companies would only want to pay like $10 an hour. You're probably right. And they would probably... I mean, YouTube could seriously farm this out as a minimum wage contractor job. Absolutely. And I think they would still get plenty of people that would do it. I'm not going to disagree with you at all. I work as a temp security guard. My base pay is $9.60 depending on what event is happening. I can make an additional $2 an hour. Sometimes they want me to work until 4 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, I agree with you, Rick Poole. I mean, my argument is that this is something that could be done extraordinarily cheaply. You know, so rather than, you know, goddamn pedophiles logging into YouTube making creeper comments, you know, about gymnastics videos or whatever they're getting into, you know, you have a certain standard for YouTube for Kids where comments are disabled and it's been curated. So, I don't know. We don't have to get into it that much more deeply, but it's a problem. You know, it's almost like the bigger the tech company gets, either they go the one direction where, well, they basically all take the attitude that there's no way we can control this content. And that appears to be anywhere from Valve to Facebook to Twitter. Twitter's probably the best one about it, to YouTube. Twitter at least appears to be making an attempt to, like, regulate, you know, extreme content on their platform. Which, again, you know, is what it is. Please don't run. I'm gonna get your muddy body. It's not ideal. Oh, alright, so this is the part of the run where I have to confront the fact that I can only use potions to heal. I gotta live with that right now. So that's his third pod, which means we're getting close. I like to be careful, though. How are you not in that? Thank you. Alright, I think I need boulder bones. I think I got enough boulder bones. Let's gonna go for boulder bones. You like it when I have serious discussions on stream, no memes and other silly stuff? Thank you. I'm not trying to say like I don't like it when there's a content creator and they think, oh, just because I'm good at this one thing, I know everything. Like, challenge me, debate me, do whatever. You know, not just because I'm good at Monster Hunter doesn't mean my opinions are right. I think the part of the reasons why tech companies go that way is for legal reasons. I think you're right. I think that if they were to say, yeah, we can control this content, that would open them up to tons of liability. That doesn't make it right. That doesn't make it morally correct or ethically correct. Do you really expect YouTube to do good given the wrong decisions they've been making lately? Well, I mean, you know, like I said, the tech industry makes it acceptable to say, you know, throw your hands up in the air and be like, I don't know. We just make the platform. You guys make the content, right? And again, like, I've got very mixed feelings about censorship one way or another anyways. On one hand, I'm very much of the belief it's, you know, if somebody wants to go out and say something that makes them look like a dumbass, okay. Go ahead and make them... Go and let themselves look like a dumbass. But on the other hand, you know, if they're out there, and especially if they're thriving and prospering on a platform, legitimately attacking others, you know, being a bully or whatever, I don't like that. So, you know, it's a challenge with really no very good, like, there's just like no good solution to it, you know? It's just crap. No matter how you look at it, it's just like crap. I wish it were easier. Yeah, so Bleep Bluff, that's always been my thing. Like, you're welcome to go out and say whatever dumbass thing you want to say on any platform, but like, freedom of speech as like the First Amendment in the United States is not the same thing as, like, you know, promoting hate groups on someone else's platform. Those are not even remotely the same, you know? You could, you know, you can sit in a bar and spout hate speech and get your teeth blasted out by someone punching you in the face all you want, but no one has to give you your soapbox to do so. That is not the same thing. The U.S. is a dump as far as basic rights are concerned. Well, certainly compared to, like, you know, protections in poverty or healthcare and stuff like that. Yeah, I try not to get too heavy into politics in the stream, but I guess I'm a little bit of on a roll today. But yeah, we don't, I don't know. There's this, like, weird thought in the U.S. Everyone's raised to think that they could become a millionaire someday. So, like, people are willing to say, well, I'll let that guy get dumped on because if I become a millionaire, I don't want to get charged an extra 5 or 10% tax. Isn't the whole point of freedom of speech the freedom of political consequences and nothing else? I think it's a little bit more than that. You know, where it gets dicey is, so it's clearly, you can't go to a crowded, like the classic example, you can't go to a crowded movie theater and scream fire because people can get hurt, right? So you are given your rights to do whatever you want, so much as they do not infringe on other people's, you know, personal safety and stuff like that. You know, people can go out and say whatever, again, they can say whatever dumbass thing they want to say, as long as, like, the threat of harm is not, like, clearly imminent for anyone else. And again, I'm basically okay with that because I wouldn't, you know, it's a slippery slope if you start taking away people's ability to speak. You know, I'm generally of the belief that if somebody's going to say something dumb, most sane people are going to be able to say, all right, that's dumb, that's not true. Of course, as we found in the age of the internet, it's pretty easy to find like an echo chamber of people that are willing to agree with whatever bad idea you've come up with. So I don't know. Maybe my beliefs have to be challenged a little bit on that. Believe in me, chat! Wow! Foresight OP. Seriously OP. What got changed about Foresight Slash? Nothing recently, but actually it got buffed on release. It originally had kind of a very narrow window. Maybe like 5 to 10 frames. Not many frames. But it got buffed at one point. Well, Grevron, man, glad you're enjoying the conversation. Sorry, this is a hard challenge, so I gotta really focus when I'm playing. It was on or before the Devil Joe patch, Beskin. You're right, I think it was sometime around then. We sponsored a ham and go-gurt mukbang Patreon. Would you do it? Yes. You want? You gotta pay for the ham and the go-gurt, though. So the interesting thing is, it's like we're getting to the point now. Kids don't grow up wanting to be movie stars anymore. Some of them do. But most of them grow up wanting to be YouTube stars or Twitch stars, you know? And so, you know, you got... And the thing is, like I said, like anyone in theory could do it. The barriers of entry for content creation, like I said, have never been lower. It's, you know, how can you get everyone to that content? You know? Most people think it's good, and then they get into it, and they're like, wow, this sucks. This is a lot of work. And so I think for the most part, you'll find that that's probably a pretty common result of getting into content creation. You know? You have some people that'll talk about getting into it for months, years, and maybe release 1 or 2 videos, and then that's it. They get discouraged. Then I guess I mean, again, it's like anything else. And then in many cases, it's got nothing at all to do with work ethic. A lot of it comes down, you know, not to anything else other than just luck. Seriously, luck. Absolutely. You know, because nowadays, to like get discovered, like, you know, you gotta be good, you gotta be entertaining. Hopefully you're connected to some group that might want to watch you. And then you got to find that lucky trend or that lucky raid or that lucky event that gets you any sort of publicity, and then you got to be able to take that, right? What was my breakout moment? KK Slider, I have to admit that I have been extremely fortunate in my content creation career I never spent any major amount of time trying to promote myself. My content just got picked up early on. I was one of the few first people starting in Monster Hunter Tri that was creating videos. A lot of people that had been creating content for Monster Hunter stopped with Monster Hunter. So I've never struggled for anything. I mean, what's success? I mean, that's going to be different for everyone. You know, some people won't say they have success until they've got, like, whatever, a gold YouTube button, or they're got a freaking Tesla or something else like that. You know, I think if you have content that's being watched by, I don't know, 1,000 people regularly, it's pretty nice. It's not, you know, everything in the world, but, you know, you can, if you have that, you have everything it takes to become successful, because you've got at least enough people that are willing to watch and talk about you that you can continue growing. The struggle isn't at that point. You know, you just got to keep doing what you're good at. The struggle is for the people that are on Twitch grinding it out with the 0 or the 1, possibly 2 viewer count. You know, I've talked about it on stream before. I read it somewhere else. You know, there's something called Twitch hard mode. Twitch hard mode is going into just chatting or whatever, and scroll all the way down to the bottom to the channels that have 0 viewers, and, you know, see how hard that is. Because they're not even playing a game. They're just chatting to themselves. How hard must that be? It's gotta be horrible. But, you know, it's their goal to become successful on Twitch through their personality, presumably. Oh, please go up. Please go up. Yes. You are my friend. Thank you. I can't even hold a basic conversation in person. I know Shep from kindergarten. I found Shep because I got really into speedruns and also into Monster Hunter. I mean, I'll tell you, right now, you know, I don't want to say right now. It's been this way for a long time. Speedruns are just a decent way to keep doing content. I mean, you've got people that are still playing, you know, Ocarina in Time and stuff, still speedrunning it. To lots of people. You know, the biggest part about growing on any of these platforms isn't even necessarily what you do. It's building a community that is supportive and engaging. I mean, not just of the content creator, of course, but of something. You know, some people are so good that, you know, they can get communities to rally around a person. You know, in my case, of course, we rally around Monster Hunter. You know, some other people do it for Destiny. Some people do it around Path of Exile. You know, whatever. I mean, you take your list. I'd say the one thing that is dramatically undervalued is, you know, sports games. You know, you see very little, in my opinion, of, like, and maybe it's different on release, I don't know, but you almost see, like, no consistent sports games on Twitch. Like, there's got to be people out there that want to watch that content. I would think. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm a little wary about getting a write-off. Because I'm really kind of worried that Rathalos is going to show up. We're going to do it anyways. That was weird. I got knocked down, but I didn't take any damage. Papa Rathalos should be here soon. Jump in it! What? Just doing this for the damage, of course. think that's the second poison. Good start. There we go. Really not bad. Football Manager is a game of beautiful Excel spreadsheets. I don't know. Again, that's just my observation. I'm not saying that there's, you know, a massive community out there. But in terms of streaming, like, you know, like I said, it's my opinion, but, like, if somebody were to try to get into it from scratch, you could get into a popular game. You could get into a game that you like. And you should. You should definitely be passionate about the game you get into. But just think about what communities are out there, what games just aren't represented well, you know? Are you going to fight all the monsters or just the ones you normally do in a run? This is a speed run. I'm doing it speedrun style. That being said, I am going to farm Jagras in high rank. Streaming sports games is all about opening packages? What? I don't know what that means. Oh. Oh, are they all loot boxes now? Ooh. Yeah. Not a fan of loot boxes. I don't know. My hot take on loot boxes is if your game's got loot boxes, like paid loot boxes, that game needs to be rated MA. I don't want to go as far as to say it should be adults only, but, like, you should not be teaching kids to gamble. It's a hot take for you. I'm not saying I can't do it. I'm just saying I don't want my kid, not that I have a kid, but I don't want my kid playing a game where they got to pay real money to get farther ahead. You know? And I'm not saying they can't play it. You know? God knows that rating means nothing. But theoretically, a responsible parent should be able to know, oh, this game's got, you know, mature on the label. Why is that? And then, you know, the clerk or whatever would have to say, you know, has instances of gambling-like aspects where you have to pay real money for a chance at reward. You know, if, and again, I don't know what the right way to do it is. Like, cosmetic DLC is mostly okay by me, as long as it's not a random chance. Like, as long as you can say, oh, I want to look like the unicorn, I'm going to pay $5 to look like a unicorn. To me, that's not that much different than when you were a kid and you wanted to get a certain G.I. Joe or a certain Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle or something else like that. Right? We paid lots of money for crap toys because they looked different. So, I guess I'm okay with that. But you didn't buy, like, 20 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because you thought that one of them might be the one you wanted. You know? And they want to charge $100 for the unicorn thing, let there be a public outcry or whatever, but just make it normal. I mean, just make it the $5. Let people buy the thing they want. Or let them earn it in-game, you know? I mean, ideally, it's both. You know? Figure out what the normal play time is for a player. Let them unlock 1 or 2 skins a month by playing naturally. And then if people want to unlock more, let them pay their $5. Too salty steak. Are people bullying you or are you bullying other people? What's going on? What happens when you go below red? Your sharpness gets low, your damage gets lower and lower and lower, and you bounce on more and more things. I'll send you the link. So if you scroll down in this page, you guys should be better than this. Don't just tell people to Google something. You should help. Orange sharpness, you lose 25% of your damage. Red sharpness, you lose 50% of your damage relative to yellow. So there's a reason why, like, when I'm doing speedruns early on, I'll pick weapons with yellow sharpness and no green sharpness, because green sharpness is only like a little bit of a boost of like, you only get 5% more damage. And you bounce a little bit less, but yellow sharpness, for the most part, outside of like a longsword, it's okay. It's okay. As long as you don't hit like bad spots, you don't bounce. But you don't want to go below yellow, because 25% less damage is a lot less damage. It's not good. I mean, certainly Wrath of Gog, if you're going to do random DLC, the way to do it is purely cosmetic and not at all pay to win. But even then, like I said, I'm of the opinion that any sort of gambling, like I said, it's just got to have the mature audiences later. Does yellow still have the damage penalty on when you hit with attacks? It's yes. I mean, you have a certain sharpness multiplier to your damage. Yellow is 1.0. Orange is 0.75. Red is 0.5. You know, we're only 10 minutes behind a hunting horn run. That's kind of funny. It's really not that bad. Is there gambling in the microtransactions for Fork Knife? You mean Fortnite? Yes, they've got llama pinatas. I believe it's all cosmetic, though. I always thought yellow sharpness was worse than 1.0. Nope, it's 1.0. Green is 1.05. So, like, green is nice, but it's not a huge damage buff, really. MLG Sniper 360 no scope. You find green a much higher bonus than 5%, lots of weaker points on swings. I don't know what to say. You bounce a lot less. Go away. Stop it, bird. Go away. No! Oh, that is very unfortunate. Why? I don't know why he's flinching so much. I tried something different. That's kind of screwing me over a little bit. Whatever. I'm leaving it alone. What if there's a weapon limit, and if you forget to sharpen the weapon, it shatters? Trust me, when the weapon's at, like, red or lower sharpness, doesn't get any worse than that. Weapon doesn't need to shatter. It already feels really bad. He finally just did his throw-up attack. You guys hear that? You think we'll ever see Valstrax again? No. Sorry. I don't. Maybe. I'm not going to say never. But probably not. If you die in Master Rank, it deletes your save. There are people that play this game in permadeath. Depends. I think there were people that played it both ways on Freedom Unite. I'll tell you, that'll add some tension to the game. The permadeath is my social life. Yikes. So I did end up getting a laptop. I got the T480. This way I'll be able to stream from PAX. If you guys can somehow convince me, I might even consider doing a cooking stream, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know if I would use the laptop for that or if I would just use my phone. Not a hooking stream, a cooking stream. I'm not going to air fry the laptop. Is this Colossal Task percent? No, this is any percent, dude. PAX West to PAX East. Or is that a question? Is that PAX West question mark going to PAX East? Going to PAX West? I might go to PAX West. The only events I would plan to go to. PAX East I am going to. PAX West would be second on my list. Third on my list would be E3. If I were to be invited to E3 and get, like, whatever media or press or content creator badge, I might go. Cook steak on stream, please. Do you need to see how to cook a steak? Hot cast iron skillet with a dried out steak and lots of butter. That's the way to do it. Salt and pepper as well. You want to see dumplings? They're so relaxing to make. Have you considered an Overcooked stream with wife or other guests? Maybe other guests. I played Overcooked with my wife and it got her upset. She's extremely competitive. And does not like it when there's competition involved. Unless she's winning. But if I don't have a cast iron skillet, they're like $10 on Amazon on sale. Which event is most likely to have Iceborne swag? PAX West. The timing lines up. PAX West is like at the end of summer. Iceborne's going to have a fall release. Honestly, you don't need to go to the thrift store to get a cast iron pan. I'm serious. It's like you can get a Lodge 10-inch or 12-inch cast iron pan for like $13 on Amazon. That's all you need. It's a slab of cast iron. That's basically it. Iceborne has no date yet. Fall. Now, fall can be August. Fall can be November. So, you got a solid August, September, October, November, 4-month window where it's possible for it to come out. Cast iron pans are great for working out your forearms. I'll agree that they do help keep you a little bit in shape. A little bit. Bleep Lorf, I agree. Not to get all fancy schmancy, my preference is the reverse sear. But sear and then finish in the oven is also fun. Either is fine. As long as here's the deal. As long as you're using a thermometer, you're doing it right. Just use a thermometer. You know, just to make, because like, unless you're like legitimately a professional chef who's cooking like, you know, more than a couple steaks a day, you're going to need a thermometer to tell like at what point your steak's going to be done. Real talk. Real talk. You know, if you've got company over, show them a picture of meat at different levels of doneness. Don't ask for it medium or medium rare or medium well, because nobody has any idea what they're talking about when they say that. You know, you're going to get somebody that says, I don't want to see any pink and I want it to be juicy. Just show them the picture, say, well, how do you want it to look? And then right next to that picture, there's a temperature. It's a temperature. Just get it to that. Does going in the tent count as sharpening for this challenge? Yes. So, like, I went into the tent here. I might have, like, cheated slightly because I think I killed a wing drake. Whatever. But, no other quest am I allowed to go in and use the tent bid quest. If it's going to mean I'm going to use my weapon. You can also sous vide the steak then sear. I've never sous vide'd before. I might do that at some point, but I haven't yet. It's easier not to have people over so you don't have to go through that. I mean, the real thing is, I'm going to serve you a medium rare steak, and you could either enjoy it or not have it. That's the real talk. Now, that being said, I don't cook steak that often. Steak's pretty expensive. the farthest I go is I'll pick up like cheaper cuts of beef for beef stroganoff. Like if I'm doing that and I find like a sirloin or something on sale, of course I'll pick it up. But would I recommend the Joule sous vide? I read about the Joule. I think my only small concern with the Joule is if for whatever reason they ever stop existing as a company, right? You don't. Isn't their like device like 100% like controlled with your phone? What are your favorite beef cuts for stroganoff? Bottom round. You know, I like the fatty cuts because like I cook my stroganoff in a Instapot, and so it gets pressure cooked. But sirloin has like enough fat and tendons and stuff that gets broken down that it was fine too. Like the one thing, like honestly, like unless you're super talented or eating at a place where like the chefs really know what they're doing, probably the worst cut of meat is like filet mignon. And I know that maybe that's controversial to say, but it's true. Like if you screw that up, like that meat sucks. I like my Big Mac medium rare. You have to be a little bit careful with hamburger cooking it medium rare. I do like my burgers a little bit less done than others, but if you cook them right, you can get them to a pretty decent medium, and they taste okay. That's because with a proper amount of fat content, you get a little bit of that fat crisping up or melting down a little bit, and it's still juicy. You know, you just can't get like, just don't get 90%. Yeah, you got to get 80-20 for your ground beef. And it's fine medium. You like your chicken medium rare, nice and juicy? I have some chicken tartare with a side of salmonella. Soundless River, hola. 73-27 is too far, Monkey King Bar. That's too much fat. 80-20 is a good... 80-20 is a good ratio for hamburger. You know, I think the smash style that's become popular recently, I've been doing it for a while now myself. I think that's the way to go. You know? You know, try to dry the exterior as best you can with a paper towel. Salt and, well, leave it out for like half an hour so it gets a little bit close to room temperature. Salt, pepper, throw it on the little cut of butter. Smash it down, then flip it in a hot cast iron pan. That's the way to go, man. Eating meat is murder? I mean, here's what I'm going to say. Tofu is really not that bad, and vegetables are delicious. And if somebody has the moral conviction to say that they don't want to eat animals because they like animals, well, good for them. It's not the end of the world. If they want to do that, that's up to them. They're not hurting anyone. If you cook the filet well, Wrath of God, filet is delicious. I like animals. I also like how they taste. Hey, look, me too, man. I eat meat probably 5 days a week. But I usually eat tofu about 2 days a week. Zilvis, thank you for the follow. Bleep Blarf, man, I'm more or less right there with you. You know, I'm not a vegetarian. I eat meat. But the way animals get raised on like mass farms is pretty messed up. Like you can't look at a factory that's like farming out chickens and say like, oh, that's nice. It's not. It sucks. I feel bad. No one wants to have animal blood thrown on them. No one's throwing animal blood on anyone, Rick Poole. All right, dude. Honey? No, I gotta farm herbs. It is messed up. Well, here's the thing. Like, I agree. Like, you know, the vast majority of people just never acquire a taste for anything other than chicken nuggets. So they need to eat. I can respect and appreciate that. You know, the best, I guess the best way to sum up how I feel about it is animals don't have rights, but we have a certain obligation as humans to maybe not cause immense amount of suffering in animals, right? So like, you know, if an animal has a right, you know, they got a right to say, hey, you can't eat me. Now, here's the deal. We're going to eat that. We're going to eat that animal. That animal's totally getting eaten. Okay? So the animal technically doesn't have rights, but we have a certain mild obligation to say, maybe I shouldn't torture this thing to death and then eat it. That's all I'm saying. Again, it's not right. Animals don't have rights. Can't go out and vote or anything else like that. But you shouldn't, like, you know, you shouldn't have like a rare delicacy where you electrocute an animal to death. All right, that's not cool. Trying to think. Now, I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna hold on to my ore. Are you saying you're not 100% vegan? I'm saying that occasionally, once or twice a week, I eat tofu. And I eat cheese daily, and I drink milk daily. You know, do I need meat to survive? Kind of. I would really miss it. After World War II in Germany, we ate cats and called them roof rabbits. Even if that's not true, that's kind of funny. I mean, so here's the weirdest thing to me, at least in the United States. The United States is like one of the largest producers of soy in the world. It's like a massive industry in this country. And yet, for some reason, I don't even know what lobby's doing it. I guess probably the meat lobby. There's like, I don't know, this hive mind in the country. And really, a lot of people never even eaten tofu that think tofu is terrible. It's really weird. I don't understand it. Like, in a way, there's no more American food in the world than tofu. Right? Like, I need an all-American burger. Well, burgers are actually German. Tofu is super American. Soy is used in processed food and animal rations? Yeah. Soy is proven to tamper with young boys' male hormone production. I think the science goes back and forth on that, dude. You know, I eat tofu all the time. I'll say this. The insult soy boy is very funny to me. Just the way it sounds, I think, is hilarious. But I don't think it's accurate. It's the same. I have to imagine Like, so people are talking about phytoestrogens as being the same thing as estrogen. It's the same thing as like, oh, you ate full-fat dairy. No, you're going to get fat. That's not how human biology works. You know, you don't eat Go-Gurt and then poop out Go-Gurt later in the day. You don't eat eggs and then start laying eggs. You know, the one legitimately bad fat that we've discovered is trans fat. Unlucky, exactly. Soy boy is dumb, and that makes it funny. I like it. I mean, I'm sorry, but I do think it's funny. It's so stupid. Isn't soy bad for people who had cancer? I cannot imagine. I cannot imagine soy being bad for somebody who had cancer. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, dude. Here's what soy is. A cheap, relatively tasty form of protein with almost no cholesterol. Does Go-Gurt make you gurt? Dude, I gurt so hard at night. Ugh. Is this the right path? Yeah. Iron Grace 1, right? Yeah. Alright. Alright, we're good. Fat is tasty. I agree, Leona. Fat is delicious. You know? I just think a lot of people, like, limit themselves on what they eat because of something that, like, they read on or heard on the news. And, like, the news can be a great thing, but at the same time, like, it kind of suffers from that problem of, like, they got to make money somehow. So my father-in-law, unfortunately, lives in a constant state of misery because he probably watches about 8 hours of news content a day. And the only way to keep attention is to, like, keep saying that, like, oh, this new thing's going to kill you. Oh, yeah, Leona, when I was on keto, like, all I ate was, like, fat all the time. No carbohydrates. And, like, my triglycerides went down crazy low. Because, like, triglycerides are a byproduct of carbohydrate. I don't know, whatever you want to call it, digestion or whatever, whatever the proper term is for that. Yeah, the news is rough, Mikochi. It really is. Like, it's important to stay informed, but at the same time, like, it's messed up. It's like, it's got to be a balance. When you say fat, do you mean animal fat or peanut butter and stuff? Nutritionally, it's basically the same. You know, the body metabolizes it the same way. So, like, I was on a very low carbohydrate, mostly high protein, relatively high fat diet. And I lost, like, 40 pounds, and it has not come back, even though I do eat carbohydrates now. So, I was really happy about that. And it wasn't hard. I mean, and most of it was gone within 3 months. So, Cassie Chu, every time I felt sad because I couldn't eat pizza, I got chicken wings. And it's really easy to wipe the tears away with a delicious chicken wing and a bunch of ranch. Yeah. Hell yeah, I ate ranch. God damn, was delicious. So the whole concept of the diet, look, people go crazy about it. Like, I got to get the keto sticks and I got to pee when I'm in ketosis. No. No. The goal of the diet is eat as little carbohydrates as possible. Net carbohydrates. I would argue target about 100 grams of protein a day. Because then, like, if you decide to actually exercise as well, and I'm not saying you need to exercise, I didn't even lose much weight when I was exercising because I was gaining muscle. But if you decide to exercise, you'll gain muscle, and that's healthy. That's good. And whatever fat you need, to stay full, and target a certain amount of calories a day. My target for my size, I targeted 1,300 calories a day. That worked very well for me for weight loss. So, on a 1,300 calorie restricted diet, some amount of intermittent fasting, I would basically eat from between noon and 8 p.m. Usually even noon and 7 p.m. It worked really well. I stopped working out. Now I have a pot belly. I mean, look, if you have zero diet and zero exercise, then yeah. And zero self-control, then yeah. Yeah, and look, Cassie, I'm not claiming to be a nutritionist or a food scientist. I think we've got one. Isn't Leona one? Yeah, she probably knows what she's talking about. But I think trying to limit your calorie consumption within a window has the side effect of preventing snacking. I think that's the real goal there. It's to say, I'm going to get used to eating between noon and 7 p.m. when I'm going to be at my peak amount of like mental fortitude. And my body's going to get used to that so that I don't end up eating a 300 or 400 bowl full of calories at midnight. And yeah, I'm just saying what worked for me. I'm not saying what worked for me worked for everyone else. But I found that restricting my eating window, sticking to 1,300 calories a day, and then targeting 100 grams of protein, and then under 30 grams of carbohydrates was my goal. I lost weight. I mean, the graph is crazy. It's like, whoop. Or I guess it was technically like, oh. Whoop. That. Yeah, it's really not that complicated, Sonny. I mean, hopefully I don't sound super complicated. Oh, suck. Oh. Screwed up. Ah! Oh no. That feels really bad. I feel like I'm doing like no damage compared to my bone. Well, I guess that's part of the challenge. I've seen you do a few speedruns with varied weapons from your YouTube channel and archives, but what weapon is your favorite to play? That's like asking me which one of you is my favorite chatter. Or which one of my children is my favorite children, not that I have any. My go-to response is I really enjoy playing Switch Axe. I'm not trying to say Switch Axe is my best weapon. But I really do love all the weapons. All the weapons are very good. World is very fun to play with all the weapons. Oops. Oh, can we get it? Nice. But no, that's... Waiting to see what he's gonna do. Should be a pod. Yep. Let's actually get that off. Does Longsword have a guard point? If you count Foresight Slash as a guard point, I would say so. Do you have extra dodge frames, or are you just good at dodging? I guess I'm just good at dodging. I don't want to sound like a braggart. But yes. Yes, I get pretty good at dodging. I actually have been pretty bad today. I've had better days. I'm kind of tired. I'm gonna go down there, but I just want to double check my items. was a good idea. It's a good idea to do this. From dodging all those traffic tickets? So what it is I got okay at dodging in the previous Monster Hunter games. And in this game in particular, they make it even easier to dodge now compared to like Freedom Unite or 3 Ultimate or even Generations, except for Adept, of course. So it feels like I have more iframes in this compared to the previous games, or the enemies have like less attack animation. I really need to practice evading? Yeah, like my advice is like find an early, easy monster. Like Pookie Pookie's okay. Maybe Baroth? And don't even take your weapon out. Just like, just dodge through the attacks. Like tailspins are the best. King, I have to start early, dude. No sharpening. Yeah. Yeah, unlucky, I agree with you. It's somewhere between... It's not quite Dark Souls, but it's better than usual. Yep, Narga's good practice. When would you like to do my Patreon request? I normally like to have the patrons pick the day. Your request is bidet stream. Do you seriously want me to just stream, like, installing a bidet? I can pick if you want me to. What does that mean? What do you want? I'm not going to use different bidet options. Browsing and showing pros and cons? I can tell you, there is only an upper limit to bidets. Have a good night, Find a Flux. There's only good things. What am I doing? Just show bidets. I'm not going to just show bidets for 3 hours. If I'm going to do a bidet stream, I'm going to show installing a bidet. And it's going to cost me like $25 or $30 to buy the bidet in the first place. So you'll probably get about an hour worth of bidet conversation. If that's what you really... I will actually do this. You feel ripped off? Well, I haven't done it yet. Is there a cloud save system in Monster Hunter World for PS4? PlayStation Plus is cloud information built in. One of the perks of PlayStation Plus is you can upload your save. Is that automatic? You could set it up to upload automatically, yes. Have you lost your save? Sonny, I can give you an hour of bidet stream with me in a nut suit. I can do that. I can't talk about bidets for 5 hours. I'd have to play a game. If you have a bidet-themed game you want to suggest, that's okay as well. May I recommend Super Mario Sunshine? I have to flood every boss for like at least 30 seconds. I don't know what the hell happened. I seriously don't know what happened. It was serious brain damage. Pokemon games. There's already a Pokemon Nuzlocke Patreon request in for the month. So I don't know how necessary that would be. Wyvern corpse. Popped up Wyvern corpse, but I don't see it. Huh. Okay, so an hour of bidet conversation followed by Super Mario Sunshine. All right, I can figure something out with that. Oh, super lucky. Look at all this double plate. How the heck are you gonna play Sunshine? I might emulate it. Either that or I'll probably have to emulate it. Am I playing black emulation? I'm gonna figure it out. I've got a Capture 3DS. I can't imagine that black is gonna sell for anything less than $50, so I probably won't be able to get it normally, but we'll see. That was a lot of text messages. Think my apartment manager is holding your socks hostage, Chef? I have not left my house, Sonny. Any tips on how to die less with dual blades? Don't get too greedy by staying in demon mode for too long, Coil Spy. The mini demon dance is still, like, fine damage. So, like, the normal triangle combo in your demon mode is a great way to fill up your gauge. The demon dance in demon mode is, of course, great, but only use that when you know you're 100% safe. Otherwise, use the mini demon dance until you learn the monsters better. Also, the circle attack is crazy good for repositioning while still doing some damage. Mini demon dance. I mean, all I can say is on the controller, you press both of your attack buttons at once. When you're not in demon mode, but when you have filled up your demon gauge. So now you got your main attack button and your secondary attack button. You hit both at the same time. If you didn't know how to demon dance, that's your first issue. That'd be miserable playing that weapon without the demon dance. Yeah, Commando Jab, that's one thing the series has been really bad about. World actually does a fairly better job than other games in the series, but like they should really walk you through step by step how to use each one of the weapons mechanics. Like at least there's like a built-in kind of like recommended combo list. I can't say that I always agree with the combo recommendations, but at least it's there. For You does an okay job. I mean, again, like some games do nothing, and of course that's the worst. Some games are just kind of like lazy about it. I should play Celeste. I think I own it on some platform. I think I might have gotten it free on the Xbox. Not free, I mean I got it with games with gold. Game of Thrones trailer out. No spoils, please. Let this be a safe place from spoils. Is there any website or forums where I can find proper builds? Yeah, I'm sure somebody from chat can link you either to like the long Reddit post, which is good. Some people like to say like, go to Honey Hunter, but in my opinion, Honey Hunter is like drinking from the fire hose. You really need something a little bit more curated. I don't know. I guess I'm like a little less sensitive to spoilers in Game of Thrones because it's kind of pooping itself. You're not what you used to be, Game of Thrones. Lyonin, thank you. So like here's the short answer. Draken with Devil Joe or Luna Nurg with either the Nergigante Alpha Helm or the Lunastra chest and the Beta chest. That'll do you for the most part. Gonna hit him again. And there's some stuff that they don't explain anywhere. Like, Longsword gets more gauge buildup when you're hitting the monster in a weak area. Which is very, like, it's cool that that's a mechanic, but they should explain that. Who's gonna figure that out? Draken with Dragon King is reasonable. The reason I say Nergigante Alpha is because that's how you're going to get your attack 4. which is necessary for certain builds. But yes, if you have no other way to get weakness exploit, Dragon King eye patch may be necessary. I mean, I don't want this to become a let's poop on Capcom party. You know, something that has always been really fun for me in the series is like figuring out how these weapons work, you know? In a way, I'm kind of glad they don't spell it out for us. But I don't know. Probably not the best choice overall. Wow. That didn't flinch you? Nice. Might be getting mildly exhausted soon. Oh, wow. Oof. I gotta wait for him to drop. Did you guys know that Bright Moss will cause a flying monster to fall? Neat trick, huh? Didn't help me much. Crimson Nico, this is Mickey Mouse Club PG-13 stream, but if you have, you don't need evasion with adept style. It's a wasted skill. If you shoot bright moss at monsters' faces while they're flying, they'll get knocked out of the air. I think you need 2 or 3 of them. Got no Monster Bone Plus, huh? That is a shame. Yeah, evasion +1 or +2 do not help with adept style. I don't know how they interact with the guard weapons, but the weapons that have like the evasion dodge, they don't need it. They already have evasion. How's the speedrun going? I mean, it's more of a challenge run. I'm keeping the timer up just to kind of like, I don't know, keep some level of tension. But well, it's going okay, I guess. It's hard. Using iron weapons suck badly. Is it harder than you expected?
When I get bullied,
It's not so much that it's hard. Oh, Spike Shadow Hunter. Thank you for the raid. The raid and the host. It's not that it's hard. It's just taking longer than I want it to.
It's called release the beast because you don't understand.
The goal is any % Fume Gamer. Like, I gotta leave at like 5 o'clock. So I gotta wrap this up in the next 5 hours. It should be possible. Did you make a naked challenge already? I did naked light bowgun up through Nerd Gigante. If that counts. Gonna grab this. Dump this blade over here. So I'm trying to compensate with my lack of damage by making sure I use bombs. At least until I get some Monster Bone Plus. Like, I need 2 Monster Bone Plus to get my next iron upgrade. Shemby, how is the run? It's okay. Oh, hello. I like your Pookie emote, Spike. He looks high as hell. Not high unlucky. Not a 420 stream. I think my friend is the speedrun for dying fast as possible. He carded to the Jagras in the tutorial. Lots of players did. Winey Wine, can I use the pink meat or no? Unless you say otherwise, I'm going to assume no. I'm going to grab it, but I'm not going to use it. Unless you say okay. No? Love his music. Uh-oh. I haven't actually... If I'm gonna cart, it's gonna be here. That's for sure. Time to start sucking down those potions. You can seriously feel the difference, though. You exhausted, boy? Already? Wow. You can feel the difference between long and bone, for sure. I'm like, yay, I can heal. I can sharpen. And it's like, oh, wait. No, I can't. May as well go ahead and restock now. I don't think he's going anywhere. Quick question time. What is your favorite roar in Monster Hunter game franchise? Oto's got a good roar. I like Oto's roar. Sounds like a dog. An angry dog. Alright, really long cutscene time. I'm going to run a couple minutes of ads. I'm going to use the bathroom. I'll be back in a bit.
Ritome R. Gazar Bemuto Teta. Iraus Lis. Muto Tes. Ayuru Fukze Hos. Latudi. Me. Ritome Deda. Dotue Kerades. Raksude. Mitagane Meso. Nitimaha. Shiku. Shikenor. Shirasuni. Ichijihaga betegunani. Hey. Kid. Yurani Kiji? Soda. Nafaga Toto. Yurini Taga. Eigoriti. Nemuhaeti Apas. Shishurani. Miskere. Momejo Sudeda. Zoramagdaraos. Resho Ayopo Morto. Shitsuni. Ikros. Zoramagdaraos Resho de Torre. Atyapi. Niragiri. Kehori. Nere. Kuga. Ogdoru Kurukura. Shikimire. Asakura Rabira.
I really hope I get the 2 Monster Bone pluses that I need.
Atoridoi.
Good job, Shu. These splits are almost bad as your real longsword run the other day. Huh. Yeah, that comment is almost as bad as your comment from the other day as well. Thank you for adding a lot to the stream chat. There we go. Oh, geez. Somebody just got smashed. I don't know why Stream Elements timed you out. Oh, I guess you're not a sub and you posted a link. Here's the comment. I'm looking at speedrun.com. There are only 2 placings for PC speedrun. So you're saying that if I did the game in 50 hours and posted it, I'd get 3rd place? Sure. You can keep the timer up for that long. Why not? I don't think I have the Anjanov belt. Shep, how did you propose to your wife? Oh. It was a long courtship period, but after about 2 years, I thought I finally began to understand what your mother wanted. And that was never to have a child. Named I Am Ritz. But it happened anyways. Tell real story of Shep wife.
200. Tell real story of Shep wife. It's wholesome love.
We met when in our junior year of college. I was working at a tech center. I fixed her computer over the phone. It was really difficult. It was a problem I hadn't encountered before, but it was actually really dumb when you got to it. Or somehow her network card had become disabled. Should have been able to figure that out earlier. But it's not always easy to diagnose things over the phone. Anyone in tech support, preach it, please, because it was hard. Anyways, we exchanged information at some point over the course of the phone call, just to exchange files, and she hit me up on that later. Later, she messaged me. We hung out, we talked a bunch on AIM, of all things. Dated all throughout, senior year of college. I left for China for a year. We had a long-distance relationship. Came back. She was going to grad school in Boston. I said, all right, I'll go to Boston. Continued dating all throughout there. Went back to our home state. And probably a couple months after we came back to our home state, I proposed to her. We went to the college where we went. I packed a picnic. And I proposed to her. And it was nice. It's nice. You should be romantic when you propose to someone. We'd probably been dating for maybe 5 years before we finally got married. We had a relatively long engagement.
300.
Maybe
Human love picnic pog.
Might have been a 2-year engagement. But you know, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, like, you know, that's fine. I got fired because of love affair with customer. Hopplemop confirmed. Never A, dated anyone, or B, gone to college. But that's okay. If your wife doesn't find you handsome, she better find you handy. I find, you know, even if you're a complete goblin, if you at least have, like, you know, self-respect and a good sense of humor, you could date pretty much anyone. Time to go, Gert? Alright. Chat, don't harass me, please.
Drago's Jelly just subscribed. Cassie. Let them out.
What's the best compliment you can give a raspberry comedian? What's the best compliment you can give a raspberry comedian? That's close. Commando Jab's close. You were very funny. All right, who got that? I think Tomato Sauce got that. I actually don't think I got the Anjanov pelt, so it's gonna make things a little awkward. But to be safe, we're gonna stick around up here. How goes the noodle? Limp and slow. It's not the best. I've been trying to get an Anjanath gem for the last 50 hours. Are you making sure that you're doing investigations? Like, if you don't like it, Meat Man, I can turn off the splits, but I have to do this with only normal potions and no sharpening. Would you rather me not have the splits? Because I feel like they're helpful. I'm playing another game, Monster Hunter Gen. You literally said you've been trying to get an Anjanath gem. You mean to tell me you modded in Anjanath to Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate? No wonder you can't get it. You're playing the wrong game. No! 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 What the hell was that? He was ready to get out of here, man. I stopped playing Monster World on the same time the festival ended. There were dailies, so not being able to get a gold wyvern ticket. At what point in the animation does Foresight Slash lose its iframes? As soon as you start returning. As soon as you start moving back, basically. What causes the most slowdown on time? It's because I have to use a bad weapon with more sharpness. I'll do more damage over time, but I do less damage in shorter bursts. Dr. Zeroya, man, it's rough. Got 4 hours for high rank. That's neat. Oops. That was force of habit. Oh well. Yeah, you can still get, like, tickets in Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate to trade in, you know. That's what those tickets you get from the Gathering Hub from the Wyverian Elder are for. You could trade those in for anything. You get those more often than you get gold tickets. Just look up Veggie Elder Ticket Trading MHGU and you'll get the response you need. I don't think you need online play. I think you do get them periodically. I think online play speeds it up. But I don't know if it's required. It used to be required. You had to increase like your friendship level or something, but they might have changed it a little. There was a limited amount of tickets? No. I don't think so. I think it's like the gauge keeps filling up, and as it fills up, you get tickets. And then it resets. Using item loadout not allowed in speedruns? I don't like using the item loadout, because my item loadout changes gradually over time. So, some people use it, but you only have really one time to set it up. That's during Zora 1. Like, if your item loadout is missing the thing you want, then it's basically useless. So, I don't know. I'm not trying to be down or anything. I'm just saying how it is. Tasty bananas, hola. This really isn't that bad. It's not Sella time!
No. It's lightning round time.
Yeah! How's the run going? Ugh. About as expected. We're going to spend about an extra 30 minutes in high rank farming up the highest upgraded longsword and at least 2 Jagras armor pieces. Iuya, hello. So funny. Everyone has their own personal shepherd to play Monster Hunter for them. Am I that in demand? No, I was gonna try and counter it. Man, he came out fast. Oh, this will be a fun, excruciating process. Ooh. my foresight didn't go out. Oof. I took a lot of trample damage there. Chat, I could use a little healing, although I don't expect you to heal me. Because you just did. Please dig. All these potions. Nope, I'm dead. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Why did I do that? Orda. The worst part about karting with this weapon is, you lose all your spirit built up. Goes away. I can't sharpen. I can't go in the tent. It is not allowed. Probably gonna show up outside in a minute anyways. Oh, and I need more boulder bones. Come to think of it. Huh. I need 3 more boulder bones. I guess I'll have plenty of time to grab them later, but... That's not the worst time. There's a shiny, boulder bone spawn right over here. Nine lives versus fortitude? What are you talking about? Talking about feline palico skills? Trash class no matter what, man. Please don't run. Please don't run. I might be able to cause it to flinch backwards. There was that backwards stumble I was hoping for earlier. No Sharpen only potion. Interesting? Yeah. Yeah. It's something, all right. Who would win in a fight between Lao Shan Long and Cole Taroth? Kind of an interesting question. Probably Cole Taroth. I've never seen a dead Cole Taroth, have you? Are you doing this challenge because Longsword is too easy? I'm doing this challenge because somebody paid me to do it. Or anyone. He supports me on Patreon. And you should too. Is Colv an Elder Dragon? I forget how it's classified. Probably. Some of us just can't. I mean, look, not saying you should all do it, but if you can, why not? Keeps me in my basement. How did the gun lance go yesterday? I got a new personal best. So I would say pretty good. If I get the game from Germany and I use the code in another country, will it activate the key? It'll probably activate whatever region the game is, right? Don't Steam keys activate based off of where it's bought, not where you activate it from? But I don't really know the answer to that. Someone in chat might know the answer to that. We need ore. Lots of ore. I doubt Monster Hunter World has severe region locking, but I honestly don't know. Waiting to update the schedule in Discord. As soon as I get a good night's sleep. Seems like never. I'll try and do it soon. I was waiting for the Patreon responses to come in. Sonny, I never... Alright, I've carded a Great Jagras maybe 3 times ever. I should take schedule more seriously. I want to update it. It's not like I don't want to update it. I'm not like cackling to myself. I have ruined Hopplemop's night. Here's the schedule. Any percent forever. There you go. Is it possible to cart Dajiros? I carted Dajiros before. He paralyzed me and then he rolled over me. Zora would like... Do you have any idea how much larger Zora is than Lao Shan Lung? Like, Lao technically goes through mountains, but he can't go through a volcano. Zora would smush him. We'll probably do Kingdom Death this Friday, assuming Wilbo and Chaos are free. I don't know when Sunny wants me to do bidet stream. I also don't know when I'm supposed to... Bassboy wants me to do the Pokemon stream. Thursday? Okay. Jeez, I'm going to knock out all these Patreon requests week 1, huh? But, Sunny, I'm not going to be able to get a new... Tuesday. I don't think I'll be able to get a bidet in to install. I could spend some time with my bidet, talking about the bidet, lovingly caressing the bidet. But I won't be able to show installing a new one. You can uninstall my current one? So what? Remove it and then uninstall it? I'll just show you how it's installed. How's that? Because it's working now. I don't want to hex something up. What are these splits compared to? Like my hunting horn speedrun, which is like 630. So right now we're on track for a 650. But then again, I improved my track gathering strat significantly since then. So. You don't use a towel, dude. What sort of gross weirdo wipes their butt with a towel? No, you use toilet paper. That's what it's there for, man. Oh, God. Remind me never to visit Hopplemop, and if I do, bring my own towel. I love the feel of Egyptian cotton between my cheeks. Oh, God. Doing like the Ren and Stimpy dental floss. You don't use toilet paper after it? No, dude. I say you use less toilet paper. Less, not none. I deliberately said you don't want to walk around with like a soggy butt. It's just gross. I swear I've got the... I challenge any other Twitch streamer to come out against my viewers. I swear to God. There's a man out there walking around thinking that it's acceptable to dry your butt with a towel. You know what? Maybe there is some eco-friendly people out there that do that. Any Friday is good? Well, it'll either be this Friday then or next Friday. I want to get it done earlier in the month because I'm going to be at PAX at the end of the month. It dries it, right? It does dry it. You know what? If you want to be even more frugal, like imagine if you went to someone's house and they had like a little towel cozy right next to the toilet. And you're like, hey, what's that? Dry my hands with that? Oh, no, you dry your butt. Just wash it. People are going to do what they're going to do. Whatever. It doesn't bother me. I don't. Wilbo, are you free this Friday or next Friday? Around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what that is in Scotland time. Jump, please. Is this going to Xeno? That's the plan. I have plans in 4 hours. So if it takes longer than 4 hours, I don't know. That's the plan. What if that hit him? That'd be so funny. This Friday you're free? Alright, so the only question then is Chaos free. Wrath of Gog, if you want me to slot you in as a alternate, that's fine. Someone for the bench. What are y'all talking about? Kingdom Death Monster. Kingdom Monster Death? I don't know. It's a board game. I'd be a little late. If you're back by 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's fine, dude. You don't have to be back any earlier than that. And like I said, if it's a problem, we'll do next Friday. Yeah. If you're gonna be back by 6, that's like plenty. I can't believe this will still be sub 4. It's ridiculous. It's gonna miss. Is it possible to kill Nurgon Zora? No, he runs away. Those would have all hit if you didn't flinch right there. That was actually kind of sad. Oh. Marilyn Nodal. Shep, I'm in the middle of part 3 of the Anjanath Admiral playthrough on YouTube, and I enjoyed it a lot. Thanks for the content. Just wanted to say their content helps at least one person a lot with getting through life day after day. Well, I'm really glad you're enjoying the content. Thank you. That's why I make it. We had a really good any percent speed run, Marilyn Ellen Nodal, yesterday. It's a new PB for me. It's like 6:03. I suggest you check it out when you get a chance. It's on Twitch. It'll be on YouTube probably in a month or so. No. Omega whiff. He's turning. He doesn't normally turn like that. It's normally not a problem. Normally in a speedrun, you've got plenty of time to rotate the cannons. Should be coming up soon. Oh, wow. Okay, Wilbo, that sounds good. So what'll probably happen is I'll do a speed run on Friday, and when I'm done with the speed run, I'll just rally everyone together. Do I play it in VR? Yeah, man, you got to get all the way up in that dong. Goodbye, Crimson Nico. Is this going to Xeno? That's the plan. I have to upgrade my iron weapon a bit. And I have to farm Great Jagras a bit. So that's going to take like an extra 20 minutes, I think. And then Xeno'jiva will probably take some extra time as well. I've got like 4 hours tops, which I don't think it'll take that long. My estimate, I think, was 7 hours. Oh, chat. Give me your strength, chat. I might take the night off, guys. I'm sorry, night stream. But I haven't slept at all in the past few days.
No.
If I do something, it's going to be a short stream. Short and casual.